let's see what we have here for you today, Capricorn. There is someone here with the main energy. We see them here at the bottom of the deck, going through a painful transition. I do believe that someone is convincing themselves that they are better off without being in this situation. What I see here is that they do not want to go. They do not want to end this at all, but they are forcing themselves. And there is someone maybe dragging them as well, right there with these birds right here. There is someone who is telling them that this is the best thing to do. This is what's going to bring them back to happiness, and that overall they're not going to regret this choice. But deep inside, this is not something that they're able to really do. This is a physical transition, but emotional wise, they're still connected to you, and that is not going to be able to change anytime soon. They're definitely having a hard time doing this. And keep in mind that this could be something that it's happening right now, or it has happened at some point in the future, and that right now has still some sort of relevance. So let's see what we have with the rest of the reading here. The first three cards that we have are Four of Cups, the Moon, and Nine of Swords. And honestly, I just see more of that energy. I see someone here who either blocked you or you blocked them. There is a communication here that should happen because there is a lot to say here, but it's not happening because of this Four of Cups standing in the way of that communication. This person right here knows that there is a cup here, something important, an important element that they should consider, because it's still very strong and overall important for their happiness. But as you see here, they are ignoring it. They are looking towards the cups that are empty, ignoring the fact that there is a solution to all of this. And that could be communication. It could be just being honest about how they feel. There is a cup there, an element in their life, in their mind, that it's telling them, this is not over. Why are you doing this? Why are you fighting so hard against a potential solution? Why don't you just reaching out to this person, and even if you don't know what you're going to say, just reach out, just connect, and then see how the situation is going to evolve from that moment forward. But right now, they are thinking that that's just a temptation. It's something that they shouldn't do, something that it's not going to be a good long-term solution. And so what I see with the Four of Cups is someone who's saying, you know what, leave me alone. I just need to be alone right now. Nothing is happening in their life. They feel that apathy because they know that they are destined for much more with you, and they don't see that ever happening again, ever. And so they lost motivation, and they also stopped complaining about things. They're just very empty right now, and they're clearly in a dark place. There is no contact here, but this person is desperate, is crying over you, is really not able to let go of this at all. With the moon, you are usually called to face your fears, but it's really complicated to do. And especially in this case, because this person feels very far away from you, from the past. They might be actually far geographically, but regardless of where they are in the world, emotionally, time-wise, a lot has happened that it feels like impossible to even consider just saying hi. So here they're wanting to face their fears, but this is not even, they don't even see this as an obstacle or a challenge. They see it as a miracle. And that thought is clearly not making them confident enough to do this, to try this, you know? They feel the sun somewhere. They know that there is a possibility for things to work out, to get fixed. But that sun right now is just reflecting on the moon. They feel it in the environment, but they don't know what it is. They don't know where to walk towards in order to get that energy and, you know, just overall fix things. This person clearly has a hard time sleeping, has a hard time eating, focusing on any other thing that it's not you. I see them really having overall a sad time, experiencing a sad chapter in their life, but their mind is so strong. Their strategy, their control over themselves is so strong that from what I see now, they will never reach out, although they want to more than anything else. How do you feel towards this person, Capricorn? Let's see at this moment in time what you feel whenever you think about them. You are thinking about that situation, seeing it as some sort of commitment, a commitment that maybe was not clear enough. You're afraid here that the overall situation was not, the expectations as well were not on the table, were not talked, you know? And so there is something here that must have happened which pushed you away, but at the same time, it comes from a place of confusion, misinterpretation with the moon as well. With the Seven of Pentacles, you just feel in a paused state right now. You also don't know what you should do. You are not perhaps moving on completely from the situation. There is something that is still keeping you connected energy wise to this person. And so right now there is a repetitive task that you're doing. Maybe you are looking at your phone, seeing if this person is going to contact you, seeing if maybe this person goes online. There is something here which you do on a regular basis. And overall, with this Ace of Cups here, I feel like that emotional connection is still there for you, Capricorn. Is not just an emotional connection, but also a need for forgiveness, you know? Not just because you want to forgive them, but because you want to get rid of this emotional baggage on your shoulders. You just want to go back to a time where life was easier without thinking about, oh, and then they did this to me, and then I did that, all the struggle, all the drama. You wish to let go of all of that now so that you could move on, actually with or without this person, although I still see some sort of connection here. Now, it's clear that something has to come up because the two of you are in a limbo now, and there is a need for things to move along, either to go back together or to talk, or to completely move away, move on, and get some closure. There is a need for something, and talking of closure, to get that, you need a straightforward communication. With the Emperor, that's all you get. You really understand here what has happened and what's happening today as well, so that you can maybe understand how things are going to evolve in the future. This Emperor is that need for stability right now for the both of you. And it's also an opportunity perhaps for the two of you to talk and to get out of this hangman position, that pause state that we were talking about. Keep sacrificing maybe the moving on, the possibility to move on and meet other people, to have fun. I don't think that neither of you right now are doing this because you're still very much stuck into this situation. And until you get some closure, you will be stuck in this. It's really important to understand that closure doesn't mean that you're going to go back together. It just means really talking things out and understanding what has happened. That from that moment forward, then you could really decide to do anything that you feel right in that moment. And so let's see if this communication is going to come in eventually. Let's see if this Four of Cups, which now is blocking that communication, is eventually going to go away. Let's see what that conversation would be about and how it could change the overall situation from that moment forward. Let's look into the evolution of a situation that right now seems stuck, but it doesn't have to be. I'll be continuing the reading in the extended video link below in the description box. Follow me there if you want to dive deeper into the messages. Also, don't forget that every week I randomly select viewers that have watched the extended video to offer them a free personal 30-minute reading. I send out emails every Monday morning, so please check your spam folder as well. Stay tuned for the extended preview and some more content made just for you. Welcome back to your extended reading, Capricorn. We have seen here a situation that shows us someone thinking about you, wanting to tell you something, knowing that there is a way to fix the situation, but they're blocking that. They're blocking the messages, they're blocking that new potential evolution. And the reason being, it's because their mind is fully set on their choice, which at first wasn't a choice that they made by themselves. Someone put them there and said, okay, now you have to move on. Now you have to move away and do this. Stick with it, even when your heart will scream at you saying, no, go back. Let's do this in another way. So right now, I did feel that with a good communication, things could get to the next point, but I mean, things were barely moving at all. And now we start seeing with the Two of Swords here, someone who's not making the decision yet, but they are evaluating it. They are gathering information and trying to understand what to do next. They don't want to, no one can be stuck in that Four of Cups. That's an energy of nothingness. And eventually, even if you make a mistake, even if they are going to pay the consequences of a potential poor choice, they're going to get out of it. But I see that that Two of Swords potentially can bring you to some healing. And so let's see what's coming up next. I want to look into the energies coming up in the near future for the two of you, trying to understand if there will be some sort of communication and how that is going to change the dynamic between the two of you. There it is. 8 of Wands. There it is. Yep. Okay. So keep in mind that this won't be easy, but you have a surprise coming up for you.